Small business owners are the backbone of our nation's economy. Jordan Meese started to live the life of a business owner at an early age. Let's just say his parents presented him with a motivational challenge. Jordan also had to decide how he wanted to handle business and education after high school.
My entrepreneurial drive can definitely be credited to my father, because watching him grow his company really motivated me to see what I can do with my life. Goose Creek Candle Company was started in 1998 by my dad, Chuck Meese. He had been working a hard job, a night shift at a plant, and he was really trying to get away from that. Me and my brother were both really young, and he wasn't really getting to see us a whole lot, and my mom was a school teacher, and so he was working nights, and it was really hard on the family. So he decided to start his own company. And at this time, he had vending machines for bubblegum machines all across Kentucky, and he was going there and servicing those. And so his brother said, you're already in those stores, the salons, I bet they would buy your candles. You should give it a try. So he didn't really think it was going to work out, but he thought, hey, I'll give it a try. So he went to Walmart, and he bought all this wax and fragrance and color, and he started making some candles. And as time goes by, people were really starting to love our products, and it kind of grew from there. It started just us making them in our kitchen, in our little trailer that we lived in on the stovetop, and we would get out on the weekends and we would drive them around all across Kentucky and try to sell them. And slowly we branched off into Tennessee, and we would take these long routes. And I was like 7 years old, and my brother was 9. At a young age, my parents instilled with my brother and I that we must work hard in life and try to do things for ourselves, and try to earn for ourselves and work hard. And so at that young age, that's what really motivated me to want to work hard and do good for myself. They told me that when I turned 16 and 17 years old, that if I did not work hard, then I would not have a vehicle, that I'd have to pay for it on my own. So that was a big deal to me, because how horrible would it be to turn 16 and absolutely have nothing to drive? And so that was great motivation for me. At 7 and 8 years old, there's not really much you can do as far as entrepreneurship, but I was able to run some vending machines, and by the age of about 10 and 12 years old, I was running a vending machine business where I had 4 and 5 Pepsi machines all across our city. And at that young age, no, I couldn't drive, but I had family members who would drive me around to fill the machine and get the money out and count it and roll it and take it to the bank. And so at that early age, I was already learning how to do my own accounting, and to, if the pop and the Pepsi cost this amount, how much money will I have left in profit, and things like that. And not only did I have vending machines, I also started my own cleaning business where I cleaned people's houses and cleaned out their vehicles. And I was really got to be well known for how good I could do that, because I enjoyed to clean and fix, and really to see the product, what it started with and what it was when you got finished. So that's really what I was doing while he was running the candle company, is I was trying to do my own entrepreneurial things. One of the most memorable experiences for me is, as Goose Creek started to grow, our business began to travel. And we would go from state to state, and we would be at these trade shows, and we would set up our product, and people from all across the U.S. would pass by, and if they liked your product, then they would stop in there and they would write an order with you, and when you got back, you would ship them the order. So that was a big turning point for our company as we started to expand all across the U.S. And so as I began to travel, I was really made aware that liberty is not the only place on earth here, and that I was starting to see other areas and what business was like and what business meant to other people, not just around here. And so traveling was definitely what got me to realize I definitely want to be in business. I want to travel. I want to go and do. I want to go and sell. And going to Atlanta, the biggest trade show in the U.S., was definitely that turning point for myself, because you see people from all across the world. You see people from China, all parts of Europe, who will come in and write orders with your company. And for example, right now, Goose Creek in 1890 as well is shipping to several companies in Europe, even Australia and parts of the Middle East are carrying our products. And it's amazing to see that something that started in Liberty, Kentucky on a kitchen stovetop has grown to providing people with great products all across the world. This year I was actually able to create my own business. My dad, who is the owner of Goose Creek, offered me, he offered me the idea that I could create my own company and run it and be the face of that and to do the promoting and all the ideas and the artwork. And he said, if you want to try it, you can give it a try and we'll see how it goes. So I was very excited about this because I'd been working with Goose Creek since I was 7 years old. And I'd really learned and grown up with Goose Creek, and I felt that I could do it on my own. I was confident that I know enough about it to run the company, but learn as I go as well and help me later in life. So after he offered me that, I decided to go ahead and start throwing out ideas. And it was definitely going to be a candle company because that's what I was familiar with. My company, 1890 Candle, is operated out of the same building that my family's company, Goose Creek Candle, is operated out of. Goose Creek still manufactures a lot of my products for me, and I still represent and do a lot of the graphic work and really push to sell my own product as well as Goose Creek. If we can take Goose Creek one direction and take 1890 in a different direction, then we're just reaching that many more people from different likings. What do they like? Do they like old? Do they like contemporary? And my company is really reaching out to grab that old 1890 time period, people who like that older feel. In order to have your own company, there are so many skills that you must have to make it prosper. And when I sat down to start the company, I wasn't even aware that I had the skills. I started having to do things like make customer service phone calls, write letters, do computer work, and all of these things I would have no idea how to do if I would not have taken high school and even college classes to prepare me. So the skills definitely, just your general everyday skills that must be polished and must be professional in order to do good. And there are so many situations too in business that you just have to stop and realize there's a goal, there's something you're striving after, there's something you're trying to achieve, and it's not always going to be easy. My mother is a school teacher, so I was always told that I must complete high school and that I was going to college. But I felt like if I had to, I could probably get out of that. But it did cross my mind, those people who were quitting school all around me. I had a really close friend who was in business, and she actually dropped out of school to work in her business. So it did cross my mind, but I had to keep this mindset that if I was not properly educated, then I could not take my company and my family's business where it needed to go to be on that level of success that I was striving for. In 2010, I graduated from high school, and there I had two paths, that I could travel. What way was I going to go? Was I going to go off to college, a four-year university, and stay on campus, or was I going to stay around here and work for our company? And it was a hard decision because I had goals of my own that I wanted to achieve. I considered going to law school, or I could stay here and commute and still work with the company. And after I thought about it and really thought about the opportunity that I would have, I think that I made the correct decision in staying here and commuting. I'm still getting the education, but I'm able to work with my father's company as well as my own. Currently, I'm attending Somerset Community College, and I'm doing that part-time. I do take 12 hours a semester, so that's usually the requirement or the suggested amount of time. So what I do is I actually work all day long, and then I will go to class at night, which a lot of people say, how do you do that? Well, luckily I'm able to come in a little bit later, and then I have to leave a little bit early, and then I go to school, and then I start it all over the next day. It's hard. It is. No one said it was going to be easy to run your own company. It has its challenges. It's hard to work all day, and then when you're ready to go home and rest, it's time to go to school, and it's almost like starting a completely other day. You have to learn and be ready for homework, and so it's difficult, but I enjoy it, and I wouldn't take it back. It is so important that you pursue and get your education. There were so many times that I just felt I cannot go to school another day, and it always crosses everyone's mind to quit and drop out and to do something else. But I could not do what I'm doing now without the education, and your life will be so much harder if you're not educated and ready to enter the workforce. And you are so limited if you do not have the proper education, you're so limited on what you can do. Most companies and businesses will not hire people without a proper education and the life skills needed to perform the everyday job. So the advice I would give is to make sure you stay in school, do your homework and work hard. Think about college. I really recommend pursuing a secondary education, and your life will be dramatically different if you choose to become educated.
As you can see, Jordan did not choose an easy pathway to success for himself. His hard work now isn't a guarantee of success, but he will be better prepared to face the challenges of the future.